Can I stack 10 on 10s? You say I'm not having, please come again. In the back of the Maybach in New York, I'm covered in tiger skin. You lucky 4-leaf clover till it's over. Feel like I'm like a toaster. When I'm need a chauffeur, I'm losing on no ties. Business days wear a tie. My finesse move as a spy. Aim your dreams for the sky. I'ma win again. I'ma win again. I'ma win again. Again. What else? I'ma win again. Again. I'ma win again. Don't quit until it's over. Don't quit until it's over. Don't quit until it's over. Over. Cause I'ma win again. Cause I'ma win again. Cause I'ma win again. Again.
Welcome to My Team Season 6, Glitched Reality.
What is this season, and what is new in My Team?
Well, this 6-week season, star player J.R. Smith.
The ever-popular J.R. Smith is sure to be...
A stunning view of Capitol Hill. We're here in the seat of the U.S. government, Washington, D.C. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Spurs. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Sacramento Kings. And then on Thursday, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks coming into town.
And when you look at that Pacers matchup, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Ben Simmons is out there with Duncan. That's Hill. Then there's Doncic, and it's Gobert in at the 5 spot. For the Wizards, they've got Drexler. Garnett out there with Anthony. Then there's Howard. And it's Nash in at the 1 spot. Here's Doncic. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up. Greg, too early to start talking about MVP for this year? We're mid-season.
You know, we've gotten to a point now where we start talking MVP at the start of the season. You know,
yeah, right.
People just love to talk sports at this point, especially when it comes to the most prestigious individual awards out there. I think you can make a case and sway some opinions with your play this time of year, but I like to let it all play out before I start focusing on that.
Things can change in a hurry, can't they, in a season?
Yes, they can.
Like you say, let it play out.
Boy, Doncic plays with such an edge and attitude, and I think it endears him to his teammates and gives them confidence.
Anthony kicks to Nash. 6 on the shot clock. It's good.
And the quickness of the release, very impressive from Nash, especially when he gets inside.
The Wizards shooting their first free throw of the evening. And that one falls for Nash. And so Simmons will bring it up for San Antonio. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile 1 block a moment ago.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Spurs have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Doncic kicks to Hill. Back to Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
There's not much that Hill does not do well. He does a bunch of good things, including spotting the open man and getting the ball to him right away.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
And it's blocked by Simmons.
Yeah, with great recognition, awareness, and body control, Simmons can get up for blocks.
Pass to Howard. Gobert with the defensive effort. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Spurs. And Simmons gets it to go on the assist by Doncic.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Anthony, the pass to Howard. Gobert with the block. They get it back. They retain possession. They recover it. Garnett missed it, even after all those chances. Here's Hill. Wants to get it to Simmons and does. And the layup falls. Simmons got his second basket of the night. Wizards trail by 4.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington. Victory eluded them last time in San Antonio when they took on the Spurs.
And their last time against this club, they really fell short at the free throw line.
Yeah, and that was the difference, really. I mean, you think about it, they didn't knock them down at the same rate, and that hurt them.
And Washington going with a whole new group here. Joe Dumars, he's checked in for the Spurs. Kyle Lowry comes in for Luka Doncic, and they get it back. Here's Houston, covered by Dumars. Thurin's shot is off.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Passes it to Dumars. And the pass to Gobert. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Lowry against Brown. To Houston. To end the drought. San Antonio with the rebound. Gobert's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Up top, Simmons. He's covered by Brown.
Simmons is driving inside. I'm telling you, he's going to sky up for the flush. Getting to the bucket in no time.
There's 42 seconds left here in the first quarter.
You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Wizards trail by 6. Outside, Porter lobs it up for Ibaka, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Duncan.
He made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
19 seconds left to play here in the first. Houston's shot's good.
Much respect for the jumper of Houston. He knows exactly when to let it fly.
2 points. That one goes.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Here's Brown, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
And you know what? He does. I mean, in the NBA, you've got to have ways to score over defenders of all sizes.
One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's the Spurs up 3. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Spurs?
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
You know, we've seen them bearing their fair share of mid-range jumpers tonight, too. I mean, it's a good start for them.
Wizards trail by 3. Baca is out there with Porter. Then there's Brown, and it's Houston at the 2-guard spot. That's the group start the second quarter for the Wizards. The Spurs shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end.
You got to recognize Simmons is a pass-first guy, which is why you can't leave somebody open around him.
And you rarely see the vision and playmaking of Ben Simmons in someone that size. That you can put him up there with Magic, LeBron, and Penny Hardaway in terms of those taller playmakers.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Greg. I mean, he's unique, really unique and gifted in that regard. And with all great passers, there are a couple of things they do well. One is they see a play or two ahead. They anticipate and throw the ball where it should be going, anticipating that.
Shooting two.
And the other thing is the timing with which they make their passes. It's usually right at the right time and the opportune time for a teammate to score on the catch.
First free throw is good. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Spurs working the ball around now. Odom against Porter. Pass to Porzingis. Sinks the three-pointer. Porzingis has got the lead up to 6 now for San Antonio.
You've simply got to get out on Porzingis. I mean, his three-point shot is a big part of his game.
Here's Brown. Rebound San Antonio. Inside. And McHale the basket on the assist by Lowry. McHale's got his first points of the game.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Washington calls timeout.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. San Antonio also making some changes. Grant Hill, he's checked in for Dumars, and Luka Doncic subbed in for Kyle Lowry. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Doncic against Garnett. Doncic passes to McHale, and he banks in the layup. McHale's got his second basket of the game.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Anthony looking it over. Here's Howard. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
There are not many better on the offensive glass than Howard. He's a flat-out beast, especially if you don't box him out.
Odom against Anthony. Here's McHale. Hill has the open look. The putback. Some changes here for the Spurs. Gobert comes in for Porzingis. And it's Duncan in for McHale. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Howard with it. Passes to Carmelo. Nash left side. Dishes to Howard. Gobert with the block, and he gets it back.
You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Nash dishes to Drexler. And here's Anthony from the arc. That shot misses. San Antonio will go the other way with it. To the inside. And Duncan throws it down hard.
Yeah, and at 7-1, Duncan is a problem in the paint. Outstanding with his extension there and just hammering it home.
Howard finds Anthony. Howard trying to free himself up. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And the shot is good. And now a 12-point Spurs lead.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Washington calls timeout. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
They shot the lights out from deep, really stretched out the defense. And
there's all kind of talk in the game today about stretching the floor, because when you do that, everything else just becomes a little easier.
Both teams decide to change it up. We've got a moment now to see the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. These are the top shooters in the league. Rudy Gobert, third.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate.
And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Nash kicks to Drexler. Releases. Here's Howard. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
There's the pass to Doncic. Over Nash. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Wizards trail by 10. From deep. Houston can't get it to go. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for San Antonio. Hill. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 4 assists now tonight.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And it's blocked by Simmons. And they're able to recover.
Nice job that time using that strong body of his inside. Once Howard has positioning, I think you got to wrap him up.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
And you know, that's not the kind of percentage any player wants to see next to his name at the end of the season.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Doncic. Here's Lowry. He gets it in there. Lowry's got the lead up to 12 now for the Spurs.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Lowry against Brown. Jacks up a 3. No good. And so that's the end of the first half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. The period came to a close with them holding a 3-point. And that's all we have for.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. One of the stories here, Dwight Howard getting it done today.
It takes a lot to dominate a game without shooting lights out, but that's exactly what he was able to do with his play on the glass.
Yes, sir. I mean, that area around the bucket has been his turf tonight. A sensational display of rebounding in the first half.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. I think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. On the court right now for the Spurs, Luka Doncic out there with Hill. Then there's Ben Simmons. And it's Duncan. And it's Gobert in at the 5, patrolling the paint.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's
no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Pass to Carmelo. The shot at time. Simmons with the defensive effort. Doncic with it. Guarded now by Nash. Garnett with the block.
And not forget about the defensive Garnett now. Outstanding at knowing when to time his leap to block the shot.
Here's Drexler. Sweet little floater. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you need is the your generation or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys.
Yes,
They're truly great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys, as much as anybody who's ever played the game, trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, the focus this time out, they need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at San Antonio, they're down at the 7th position right now. Decent start to the season, but they're looking to make a move.
And, you know, right now for San Antonio, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing. It perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Hill, solid as a rock from 20 feet away. Hill's got 4 this quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Pass to Anthony. Back to Nash.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too.
Doncic passes to Hill. Outside for Simmons. Blocks at 3, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Greg, it's pretty typical for players of the past to talk about current players and say they may have struggled had they played when I played. What do you think of that line of thinking?
You know, I just don't agree with that. And I think we all do that. We all feel like our era was the best. I had the same thoughts being passed my way when I first came into the league.
I'm sure.
The reality is these guys work just as hard as guys work back then. Just have more understanding of what their value is. And in a lot of ways, they've got more courage to speak out because, you know, let's face it, they're more of a bullseye on their back in today's era with social media than we've ever seen before.
That is true. And the dunk by Drexler.
Drexler got the nickname Clyde the Glide for reasons on display there. Loves to jam it home.
Doncic dishes to Simmons. They get a hand on it. Passes it to Porzingis. Over in the corner, Doncic. From deep three-point range, Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And the dunk by Drexler.
Hey, when you throw it Drexler's way, expect the exciting because this guy doesn't disappoint. One of the best alley-oop throwdowners in the game.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. San Antonio again missing. And here we go, the Wizards fast break. Anthony leading the charge.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Well, it starts with defense. They got some stops, scored some buckets after that, and now we've got ourselves a ball game.
Outside, Porzingis. And the layup's good off the glass. Porzingis has got 7 points.
Well, you can't allow Porzingis to get this positioning, guys. I mean, he's too big and skilled, and he showed it there.
Now the pass to Drexler. Outside Anthony. Back to Drexler. Pass to Ibaka. Wizards need to get a shot off here. And here's Anthony for three. Tim Duncan grabs the miss. Duncan's got 6 rebounds in the game. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, you got to push Porzingis out of the paint. If you don't, you're looking for trouble.
Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And no doubt, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So on the floor for Washington, we've got Brown. Drexler is out there with Michael Porter. And it's Houston at the shooting guard. And the Wizards making a change here. Howard's checked in. Here's Hill. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And because of his ability to attack the rim, Hill can use that mid-range jumper as a great second option. Keeps defenders honest when he's knocking that down.
Here's Brown. Chalk up 2 there.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Outside Hill. Goes up from the top of the key, and that one hits back iron.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
We played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. Brown the pass to Thurman. Here's Porter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And, you know, when Porter Jr. is healthy, I mean, he's got a lot of game. This guy is versatile. He's got good size. He's a multi-dimensional talent.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for San Antonio.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Free throw good. Porter. Steve Nash, he's checked in for Brown. San Antonio also making some changes. McHale comes in for Tim Duncan. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Doncic outside. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th quarter. Count that one.
Doncic showing you his smarts there because he really sized up the situation and took advantage of what the defense gave him.
To the paint. Here's Houston. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Brad Hill picks one up.
Shooting for Washington, Allen Houston.
And the first one drops.
Houston is a phenomenal go-to scorer. He's got a smooth stroke and a nice clip from any spot on the floor.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Right side Hill. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Spurs lead by 9.
You know, Hill can turn it on so quickly. Once he buries a couple of quick shots, then that basket starts to expand.
Pass to Nash. He feeds it to Howard. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And now the fast break. Hill with the ball. Porter pulls it in. Wizards have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Offensive rebound. Howard can't hit. Spurs leading by 9. Ripped away. One-on-one fast break. Here's Houston. That one good for 2.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
I think one of the best ways, guys, to score in transition is that quick hitter after the first burst.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
Yeah, and I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Rudy Gobert.
And when he's been on the floor, it has been a clinic in rim protection and shot blocking. He's played the defense of 3 men tonight. His block has gotten to a point you almost never see in an NBA game.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make a simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
All right, David, thanks. Just 5 on the clock. Scooped up. Pass to Garnett. Nash against Doncic. And here's Anthony for 3. San Antonio leading by 10. We've got 1:28 left to play in the final quarter. Doncic with it. And Drexler picking him up. And it's sent back by Howard.
Get that weak stuff out of here around Howard. Return to sender is what he stamped that one with.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Drexler, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
1:07 left in the fourth quarter. Spurs have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Doncic, bounce pass. Gobert dishes to Doncic. Count it.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for San Antonio.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And they really took control of the first 2 games in this season series by keeping the pressure on. The win here tonight will move them to 2-0 with just 1 left here to go against the Wizards.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Luka Doncic.
Well, you have to marvel at how well he picked apart that defense repeatedly. Found the right guy in the right spot at the right time.
Doncic outside. And
I used to be OD. I'm talking money, put that cash. Doing that dash on the freeway.